Hey guys, Oily here. I'm just waiting for my outer screen to um, come up so I can mute it because it never fails. It always ends up blaring at me. Say hi to everyone out here. Hi Bass, hi Patrick, hi Caps fan. Thanks for coming by. It was just something fun to do. There's not really anything in particular. If somebody has any questions, you're welcome to ask me if you want. Just something to kill some time. So anyway, I'm going to be starting an essential oils live chat starting next week. I haven't figured out what time yet, so if you guys see a time that's best for all of you, then just let me know. I don't want to interfere with anybody on the homesteading network, so just let me know. Anybody have any questions to ask me? I'm trying to. I have some questions to ask everybody, but I'm kind of waiting until a few more people get in. But I'm going to be getting chickens in the spring, and I'm wanting to know what the best, I guess, producers would be, because I'm not going to get a lot of chickens to start off with, because this may get western around here. So I'm just trying to figure out which ones would be best for me. So if you know of ones that are good producers that have more success, just let me know. Hi, Homesteading with Dutch. Thanks for coming by. So yeah, I'm wanting to figure it out. We're going to work on getting the chicken coops ready. Rhode Island Red and Rocks. Okay, let me write that down. But yeah, we're going to work on getting the chicken coop done. My husband has a bajillion things to do out in the barn working for people. So it's going to be a while before we can get the chicken coops ready to go and everything. So we just figured it'd probably be better in the spring. But yeah, we're going to get that done. And then I've got a lot of work to do. I've got to go out in the garden, and I'm going to get my soil tested for one thing this year, because this is the first year we've really grown anything here. Hey, Anne Ray. Hi, Annette. So I'm wanting to do the raised gardens, because that seems to do better out there. So I'm going to do raised bed gardens, but I still want to try to start working on that soil, so eventually I don't have to just always do raised bed gardens. But we'll see. We've got blister bugs like crazy here this year, so it's making it kind of difficult. So I'm trying to figure out what I need to do with that. I did use some diatomaceous earth, and that seemed to help a lot. Sprinkled it on there. And then I ran out of that, so I've got some more ordered. Should be here Wednesday. But I just went and took brown red pepper and just sprinkled on my plants to try to keep the bugs off, and that's helped some, but not as well as the diatomaceous earth did. So hoping that will help. If anybody has any suggestions, let me know, because I would like to get rid of the blister bugs. It's driving me crazy. Yay, Annette found us. Yay. Yeah, I'm not sure, as far as that goes, but if anybody has any questions on essential oils, just let me know. I will do my best, and if I don't know, I have a lot of reference books here that are really awesome, so I can help you out. Hi, Kitty. Thanks for coming by. So I was just telling them, if you have any questions on essential oils or anything, just holler. If there's anything you want to know about me, just let me know. I live in western Oklahoma. We live on a farm. We don't really do the farming. My husband's dad is the one that does the farming and puts cattle out here, so we don't really have any of those yet. But you need beard oil, Dutch. Anyway, I probably could find a recipe. But so my husband and I have been married for 25 years, and we knew each other 3 months before we got married. So not the wisest decision, but we've made it work. And Dutch is in eastern Oklahoma. Cool. We are 7 miles from the Texas Panhandle. We're so far over here. I could probably throw a rock and hit Texas. So, anyway, we have 2 children. My son is 24 and has a little girl named Chelsea, and she's 3, and she is our world. She's tow-headed as can be, just as blonde as can be. So cute, so funny, and very sassy, and bossy, and thinks she's so Miss Independent. She has to do everything herself. And oh, blister bugs are awful, Henry. They are Henry. I'm not sure Henry. I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah, it's like awful. When they crawl on you, they actually can cause blisters to come up on your skin. That's how awful they are. They're horrible, horrible, horrible. What oils are good for those with asthma? Okay, I have asthma. Mainly, it's a chemical sensitivity, but I do. Hey, Jason McDaniel, how are you doing? Hey, JRC Homestead, Texas. So, hi, Amanda. So, anyway, I love to use Thieves underneath my tongue. It's a blend of essential oils, and it's awesome. It's if I start to have an airway issue, I put a couple of drops under my tongue, and usually my airways open within a few minutes. I'm not saying it'll be that, well, actually within seconds, but I'm not saying it's going to be that way for everybody. That's just my particular reactive airway, but it's really awesome. And then another oil that helps kind of keep the airway open and everything is RC, which stands for respiratory congestion. And both of those blends are through Young Living, but I'm sure you could look up what the equivalent would be at like doTERRA. So they have very similar blends. So I would, oh, you can't use Thieves because of the cinnamon? Oh, I would get the ingredients that are in there besides that then, and maybe make my own blend. So, okay. Essential oils. JRC Homestead asked, how long will essential oils keep? If they do not have a citrus in them, they can keep indefinitely. Like there's some blends that have citrus in them, and you can keep them for a long period of time, but they degrade more quickly than the ones that don't have the citrus in them. So yeah, I have a lot of oils I'm preparing. I've got to put back, and so that's definitely something I'd be doing. Guys, you can see my mess up behind my head back there on my gun safe. It's awful. But yes, Wayne, you've got to get some peppermint, man, for that acid reflux. That or Digize or something. That would be good. But essential oils have been found in the tombs in Egypt, dating back to Jesus's time, and they are still useful today. They would still have useful properties today. So it really is amazing that they can keep for a very long period of time. But yeah, you just have to kind of do research on the individual oil, because some of them do have the lemon in them and things. So if it's got the lemon, I can't remember what it says. The shelf life is about a year, but I've used stuff that's far past that, and it's been fine, So I think that it's more just it degrades quicker. So, but let's see. There was a lady that was in the company, the essential oil company that I'm leaving. I'm not leaving because I don't like the oils. I'm leaving so that I can be completely honest about the oils without the FDA coming after that company. But anyways, I am leaving of that, and this lady that's in the company, though, she is several levels up from me, and she had a major issue with acid reflux. Like, she would have to sleep sitting up because it was so bad. And after a week of taking a couple of drops of peppermint under her tongue, I think it's once a day that she took it, but it may have been twice a day, but two to three drops of tongue. Oh, Wayne's got to go. Sorry. Okay. Night, Wayne. Thanks for stopping by. But anyways, a couple of drops of peppermint essential oil under the tongue, and within a week, she hasn't had any more reflux. She just takes that every single day, and she hasn't had any more issues. I have a friend that he has major pancreatic issues, and so he has a lot of trouble with his stomach. And he uses Digest. I've sent him some Digest to try, and he can actually eat foods that have some fat in them again. He was just skin and bones, and he couldn't hardly eat. So he's been able to do that. So yeah, it's pretty great. Hey, Jay Watterson. Hey, Simply Circus. Hi, guys. Yeah, Jay and Oily Chat. I know. Yeah, we're just kind of talking. But Jay, I am going to start doing essential oil chats again. So you're welcome to come. I'm not quite sure what day yet, but I am going to start doing essential oil chats again. And then, as far as essential oils that you can digest, first of all, you have to be careful about where you get your essential oils. And I'm not trying to push Young Living or anything. You just really need a very high quality therapeutic grade essential oil, because if you do not get that, then it the stuff that you get out there at the at the pharmacy and convenience stores, or not convenience stores, but grocery stores and stuff, the stuff that they have, the problem with it is that there's a lot of additives added to that. And even though it says 100% of this essential oil, like peppermint or lavender or whatever, the problem with that is the FDA does not require them to have actually more than 5% of that essential oil in there. So basically the rest can be fillers. It can be just filler oils like coconut oil, almond oil, things like that, or it can be chemicals that they add that are toxic to you, and you shouldn't even be breathing them in. So yeah, so I know with Young Living's essential oils, almost every single one of them has almost every single one of the single oils, which means it's not mixed with another oil, can be taken internally. There are like 2 that can't, but an easy way to know, like on their oils, is you can actually open up the back of the label. Trying to see if I can show you. It's kind of hard to see on here, but basically it'll tell you if you can take it internally or not, because it has the instructions on the label. You're not going to be able to read it with my fuzzy camera, but you can actually look on here. So it makes it great. Hi, Paul Meadow. Hi, Donna. So yeah, you can just read on the label, and that way you know for sure if you can take it internally or not. I ingest essential oils all the time. So let's see, Donna's got a question a couple of years ago. Let me see. Let me go back up here. Okay, so a couple of years ago, ended up in the ER, couldn't get a specialist appointment for a couple of weeks, found recommendation online for Siberian pine tree oil, seemed to heal over a couple of months. That's awesome. I haven't actually tried that. I know that like a lot of the trees like pine and fir and stuff like that is really great for pain. Like copaiba, I put it under my tongue. It's one of the best ones for my pain. I take that and about 4 or 5 drops of copaiba and a couple of drops of peppermint or wintergreen, and it helps a lot. So, excuse me. Hi, dog. Thanks for coming by. But yeah, that is one of my all-time go-tos. But I haven't heard of that for stomach. That's awesome. I'll have to check that out. So, anyways, back to my family. If you guys have questions, just put them in there. If I missed one, I'm sorry. The chat's kind of going fast, so just repost it. Which company is the government causing problems with? Kitty asks. Okay, it's all of the essential oil companies. like, I'm not legally allowed to tell you that peppermint rubbed on my temples or the back of my neck or the roof of my mouth helps reduce my headache. I'm not legally allowed to say that. It's just ridiculous. They consider that prescribing if I tell you that that helped me, so maybe it'll help you. It's considered prescribing. So it's just really ridiculous, and I just don't want to risk a company that I absolutely love getting shut down because of me. So I'm just going to leave the company, order my stuff to Dutch. Okay, we'll get back to the chickens in a minute. I'm going to order my stuff, get it from my daughter. She has an account set up, and I'll just do it that way, and that way I can just say whatever I want, you know, and be done with it. But let's see. Well, what do you want to talk about, Dutch, as far as chickens go? I don't know what you want to talk about. I'm like totally in the dark on what to do. My brother-in-law has chickens down there, but whether he actually knows what he's doing or not, I don't know. So I have no clue. But yeah, it gets kind of interesting around here. It's going to be funny. My husband's going to have to video me taking care of chickens, because that's going to be hilarious. I don't think he'll be able to stand still, though, because, I mean, it'll just be shaky because, you know, he'll be laughing. So, okay. Donna says, oh, hold on. I haven't heard of those oils, my pie. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, so haven't heard of those, so I couldn't tell you. But just make sure they're 100% therapeutic grade. Donna says, it was years ago I heard that they were restricting the sale of natural remedies in Europe and planned on doing it in the US. They don't make money on natural. That's exactly right. I mean, the FDA wants us to watch our mouths on what we say, but I don't know of anybody that's ever used essential oils properly that have ever died. There's not anything on record as far as I know. So, but yet over 100,000 people die every year from using prescription drugs correctly. That's not including the ones that overdose. So, yeah, it's a pretty major deal. So, let's see. Watch my video on things to know about chickens. I will have to, Dutch. I will go over there and watch on homesteading. I'm going to put a note down here so I don't forget. So you're an expert on chickens. Okay, Patrick, for burns, welcome, by the way. For burns, it depends what kind of burn, but like lavender essential oil. Now you have to make sure it's Lavandula alternifolia, and don't get the other, I can't remember what the name of it is, but it is not, it will irritate a burn. So make sure it's Lavandula alternifolia. And you make sure it's 100% therapeutic grade, because others add alcohol in there and that will burn like the dickens. What have you typed and deleted 5 times, Palmetto? No expert, Dutch? Dutch says he's not an expert. Bites tongue, not going to rant on big farm. Yeah, it's really hard not to, but because it's just so infuriating that, you know, the FDA passes all of these medicines and they're not held accountable for it whenever they've said these are perfectly safe. I think they should be able to be held accountable for it, you know, but that's just my opinion. Boy, get me started on that. That's not good. Yeah, I understand, Palmetto. I understand. He's typed and deleted 5 times about big pharma and stuff like that. So I can't wait until I start getting eggs. So you guys, do you think that it's okay, like on the chickens, like to go ahead and get some that are a little bit older, you know, not too old, but a little bit older where they're just a little bit bigger, not quite the egg laying age yet, but what do you think on that? Or is it better to get chicks and start out with chicks? Because if I can get a head start, I would love to get a head start. And what is the best thing to feed the chickens? That's, that's good for them, good for us if we eat that meat or those eggs. Oh, Henry, your chicken started laying eggs. That is awesome. Okay, Dutch, see you in a minute. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's gonna feed them anything. We have plenty of grasshoppers out here. I don't know if they'll eat blister beetles or not, but that would be awesome. I think the chicken came first. That's just my opinion. Just chicken feed? Okay. An organic feed. Okay. I'm just trying to get as close to organic as I can. And yeah, I do need to go to Justin Rhodes's channel. I've got to. I'm gonna write that down so that I can see. Save the eggshells and grind them up to give to your laying hens. Okay, I can do that. Yeah. I'm hoping to get enough eggs to just for our little household. Frank's here. Hi, all. The same government experts just came out with flossing is necessary or unnecessary. Oh, that's just like they tell you to drink a certain amount of water a day. Now they're saying, no, just drink when you're thirsty. That's totally ignore that. And they just keep going back and forth. That's why I just don't go by any of their recommendations anymore. So, JRC, going to have a garden just for my livestock, hopefully next summer. Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Lottie, thanks for coming by. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm just starting this whole process. I had a garden many moons ago, probably 20 moons ago, 20 years worth of moons ago, I should say. And I did awesome, but it was in a garden up in Kansas when we lived there for a little while. So drink till your pee is clear, huh, Caps fan? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to decide, Anne. She says her personal choice was to get them as chicks so she could get used to them. And that's what I'm trying to decide. I just don't know. Liquid chickens live matter. Oh my gosh, Simply Circus. Yeah, I just can't see. I just don't know. Palmetto says drink water, and when you finish, drink some more water. Yeah, I don't think I ever drink enough water to get my pee clear, but that's just me. Here we are talking about pee. Okay, that's wonderful. Gives the chickens the leftover wheatgrass. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Big family homestead does. All chickens' lives matter. Not as much as mine. Not as much as mine, okay? Most Americans are chronically dehydrated. I would say that about most people, but like my husband, he drinks a lot, and I always have at least 2 things to drink like near me at all times because I'm wanting something warm and then I'm wanting something cold, and I just go back and forth. So, and Lottie says that she would get the chickens as chicks. She just saw babies at Rural King this weekend, and they are too cute to miss. Plus, developing the relationship. Yeah, I'm not sure. Insomnia Club topics here. Oh, I'm a nighttime person. I'm trying to get back to where I'm sleeping at night and up during the day like normal people do, but I don't know. I'm not normal. I'm very abnormal, so it probably won't happen. Okay, Kitty says her chickens left cooked corn on the cob and fresh tomatoes. Interesting. See, I've got so much to learn. Why did the chicken cross the road to visit with Oily? Yeah, he had an ache in his wing. Needed some essential oils for that. Yeah, our slogan is I've got an oil for that. And a drop or 2 will do because it doesn't take much to get the job done. Normal is relative. Yeah, normal is relative. Palmetto says, when you drink coffee, alcohol, tea, soda, energy drinks, etc., that all dehydrates you. Yeah, I know. But I try to drink enough to where I stay pretty hydrated. So anyways, a little bit more about my family for all of those that don't know me very well. I have a daughter also that is 21. She's just moving into an apartment, like 3.5 hours away from me, and I'm biting my nails because I don't like it. But she's a big girl and she's got to do what she's got to do. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna probably be freaking out for a while. Make sure she has her bug out bag with her at all times. Make sure it's good and stocked for her. So, oh my god, I'm trying to read here. Hold on just a second. JRC. Oh, yeah. I had my first child the day after my 20th birthday. I was in labor with him all day. Had him the next day because he was awful stubborn and a really huge head. So I had him the next day. And then I had my daughter 3.5 years later. So we stopped there. And that was plenty. But we had our boy and our girl, so we're pretty happy with that. Hey, old ways, new times. Thanks for coming by. We're just chatting. If you have any questions, just mention them to me. So we're living in the house that my husband grew up in when he was a child. You're fine, old ways. No worries about being late. It's just we're just chatting. There's no early, late, nothing. Hi, Miss Teen. So anyway, yeah, we've moved. We are living here. We lived here for almost 10 years, or right about 10 years now. And so and what's bad is my health has been so bad that I haven't even messed with anything out here, and that's really sad. But thankfully I found a supplement. It's not with an essential oil company. It's called Adrenal, and it's given me energy. I'm starting to lose some weight on it. So Jay Watterson, the after chat can be we'll hook up. We'll hook up on the after chat. Hey, little Dixie Diggin. So anyway, sorry, I'm trying to read chats. These two, I don't have any help to keep me up to date on the side chat there, but so this year's the first year we've actually had any kind of a garden here, and it was pathetic. We started out in the ground. We started late. Even though we tilled, it was just ridiculous. The ground just settled back in like concrete. I'm just so out of practice. My garden up in Kansas was beautiful, and this is just a mess. My son is the only reason why those plants are living right now, so I'm thankful for him. But and my granddaughter, she loves to come and help, but we finally we planted so late, we're just now getting stuff off there. We've got chili peppers, we've got cucumbers, and we've got a cantaloupe that's starting, and we've got blooms all over everything else, but nothing's quite produced besides those things yet. We've got carrots, we've got all kinds of peppers, bell peppers and banana peppers. We've gotten banana peppers off the banana pepper plant. So anyway, that's where we're at, and I'm just a newbie on canning and homesteading, and you should see my house. It's covered in books because I'm trying to learn all I can, but nothing is like experience. And so you can read all you want, but until you put into action, you just never know. So everybody's telling what their ages are. I am 43, so getting to be an old fart. Anyway, but let's see. I'm trying to catch up here. Oh my goodness, Simply, you have a lot of family there. Goodness gracious. But anyway, I'm a Christian. My faith is one of the biggest things to me. My son recently accepted the Lord and was baptized, and I got to be the one to lead him to the Lord, and his best friend baptized him, and it was just incredible. I loved it. It was great. I am the fifth of six 6 children. There's Taffy, Timmy, Tommy, Twyla, Tasha, and Robbie. My brother Tommy passed away a few years ago from an injury from Huntington's disease. He has a different father than I do, so it's not a thing I genetically have to worry about or my children, but missing terribly. Your birthday's tomorrow, Henry, 49? Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Happy birthday. That's great. Well, it's okay. I think he fulfilled his purpose here. He worked with orphans, children that didn't have family, and I think that he served his purpose. So I think God was ready for him to come home. And when he was just before he kind of slipped into a coma, he was saying the light, and in a nursing home, and my brain, I wasn't thinking, and he had the light over the hospital bed, and I was like, do you want the light off? And so I turned it off, and he goes, no. He goes, no, the light. And I said, so you want it on? No, the light. And I don't know, I guess I was just kind of still in denial, so when he passed, it was very hard, but he slipped, and it took him a long time to pass, but we miss him. And yeah, no, Huntington's is not a joke for sure. I'm sorry that you have an uncle who has it. It's rough. But Kitty, that would be awesome. I don't know how to go in and set up a moderator here. Let me see if I can. Hold on. I don't know if I can now. I haven't set up moderators before. I don't know, probably better not. But anyway, now I lost my external. So I gotta go back. Hold on. Let's see. I gotta open up another page. New window. There we go. My brains. So anyway, so there's only 5 of us, but yeah, there was Taffy, Timmy, Tommy, Twyla, Tasha, and my little brother's name is Robbie, and my stepdad was being mean and wouldn't let us call him with a T name, so we called him Turkey. So that's kind of how it goes. But hold on, I can't see any of your chats, so give me just a minute. I got to get back to my external. I accidentally knocked it off. Eventually the page will pull up. It's being slow. Yeah, there it is. Almost there. I'm almost there. Okay, it's loading. And it's still muted. Yay. But anyway, my husband and I, like I said, we've been married 25 years, and we're living in the house he grew up in. He's a workaholic. His name's Joe. He's a workaholic. He's always out doing something in the barn after he gets home from his full-time job. He's a compressor mechanic for a natural gas company. Night, Frank. Thank you, Henry. Yeah, it was hard losing him, but I know that he fulfilled what he was put here for, so that's okay. Plain water seems to irritate your stomach, Donna? It used to kind of make me a little nauseated or something, but I don't know, Donna, if you use essential oils or anything, but it seems like after I started essential oils and I kind of got a lot of the toxins out of my system, the water, now I crave it and it doesn't bother my stomach at all. So I think that it was something to do with toxins in my body. So, oh wow, JRC, 47 years for you guys. That's great. Wowza. That's awesome. So anyways, my chair's squeaking on me. But let's see. So now that my health's starting to improve, I'm feeling a lot of energy, and I'm trying to learn as much as I can. and trying to get my house back organized since I really did not feel up to it beforehand. So that's where I'm at, and I've missed a bunch of my YouTube friends that I haven't been able to chat with in a while. And Jay Watterson out there, he's one of them that's always going to chats, and now I've made a bunch of new friends too, so I'm excited about that. So what kind of questions does anybody have? Hey, old way Steve. Let's see. 5 years for you and hubby on Halloween. Wow. But you've known each other for 20 years. That is awesome. That is neat. Yeah, my mom actually was very mad that I was marrying my husband because, hey, Teresa, my husband and I, do I can anything from the garden? This is the first year that I've started my garden, so I haven't yet, but my hope was I started potatoes, and I harvested too soon. So I was going to can potatoes and have those and have a few to have on hand, but that didn't work out. Cucumbers, other than pickling them, you know, I don't know what else I would do with that. So cantaloupe and watermelon, I think by all the blooms out there, we're going to have a lot of that. Carrots, I will probably can. And hopefully next year it'll be a much better garden and I'll be much more organized and have things set up much better. I've kind of figured out based on the sun, because the sun just blares on all of our plants. So I think that over by our shed, our pig shed, I think that's going to be the best place up against the north side of it so that it's not getting sun all day long, because the things that were out in direct sun did not do as well. So the ones that were kind of up against that little pig shed did so much better. So we're going to take part of it. And oh, bye, my pie. Thanks for coming by. You have a blessed week too. So I think what we'll do is we're going to make one part of that pig shed into the chicken coop, and another part of it, actually, other half of it, we're going to do like a greenhouse, so that I can, I know potatoes grow anywhere, and I can mess them up. I tell you, I can burn water. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, it's pretty bad. Hey, SKS Hugo, good to see you. It's been a while. But yeah, so I think that's what we'll do. I'm really excited about that, and my husband's even on board. And another thing I'm trying to talk him into, and I think about getting talked into it, is doing a root cellar out here. Because we have a storm shelter, but I don't want to fill the storm shelter with jars and canned goods and stuff and then not be able to get down into it. Because the place that is down south of us, the school that's 7 miles south of us, has been hit twice by tornadoes in the last decade, and there's always tornadoes coming through here. Barely misses us each time. So yeah, I want to make sure that the cellar is for its intended purpose. So that's kind of where we're at on that. And I think I've got enough freeze. We're in western Oklahoma, Teresa. We're just 7 miles from the Texas Panhandle. We're in the middle of Oklahoma, Texas. Hopefully it'll come back in just a second. Can you still hear me at least? Yeah. So yeah, we're in Tornado Alley. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I'll have to post one of my pictures of circulation that was just probably a mile from our house. It was not all the way down. It was a funnel that came down and then kind of went back up. So anyway, yeah, it was pretty bad. So yeah, we're always having tornado warnings and stuff out here. So I'm kind of hoping that that we have a calm next spring, because it wasn't too bad this year. I'm thankful for that. So yeah. But I'd rather deal with tornadoes than like earthquakes and stuff. But unfortunately now there's earthquakes just north of us, and so I'm worried that it's gonna start moving south, because it seems like they keep getting closer and closer, and they're 4.0 to 4.3, 4.5. So yeah, I'm hoping not. And Teresa, oh, you live in the mountains of Virginia. Yeah, it's crazy how the tornadoes have like hit areas they normally don't hit and stuff. It's been pretty crazy. So um, I just pray that everybody stays safe. I'm just hurricanes and floods. Well, at least tornadoes you can get underground from. Hurricanes and floods, you really can't do that. I mean, people drowned in their storm shelters around here last year because some of those storm shelters that slide, the water got in them and like filled them, and this whole family drowned because they couldn't get the lid off of their storm shelter because it was one of those sliding lid ones. And then there was another family that almost died, but they were finally able to get it open. So it was really crazy. Yeah, Oklahoma has been getting a lot of tornadoes, and I know we have, you know, seismic activity here, but it's just increased like crazy. So anyway, wanting to work on getting a windmill to be able to have for down by our water, our well house. We have electric. We have a backup generator specifically for that, and last year we hooked up to where we can directly hook the generator into that if the power goes out, because last year, excuse me, we had twice we had. The first time was like, I think we were out of power, and then the second time was like 10 or 11. It was crazy. And so we want to make sure that we have an alternate source in case the power goes out for an extended period of time. But yeah, that's one of my next projects I want to work on. And then I want a Berkey water filter, because we do have a cow tank out here, and we hauled water in with a bucket and gravity flushed our toilet, you know, during those times. And so that helped a bunch. But it would be nice to have a water filter in case for some reason it's just a very long extended period of time and we haven't got a windmill up yet to pump that water from the well house, so that we have a way to at least use the water that's on hand until it runs out. So but I don't particularly want to drink out of that cow tank without filtering it. Ugh. There's been a giant catfish living there for several years, and it smells like catfish. So let's see. We have a major fault in our next county. We've had about 4 in the past 20 years, but they were not bad. Abandoned mines cave in are more dangerous for us than the earthquakes. Oh, I'll bet. Yeah, I'll bet. I'll bet so. You know, we that whole deal with like those miners that were caught in Chile. I stayed up until the last one was pulled out. It was just like crazy. Yeah, I want to see that one. Old Ways, New Times. That Living on a Dime, their channel is going to be doing a video on making a water filter using a Berkey the filter, but not using the whole thing, just using like containers, like 5-gallon buckets or whatever. I do want to definitely see that. I would love to be able to compare the two just to see how they rank together. So excuse me, because if one did just as well, then I would go ahead and do that. But if not, then, you know, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. But yeah, if it works, it's not as shiny and pretty, but you know, that's all right as long as it works. Hey, JRC Homestead, bye, and thanks for stopping by. God bless. So yeah, that's one of the things I want to get done. So yeah, I've got a huge list, and then we live in this old farmhouse. It's over 100 years old, and it's not one of those quaint, charming little farmhouses. It's just one of those that's chopped into a million little pieces. So there's a bunch of little rooms. It's not Oh, you're welcome, JRC. Thanks for coming by. Um, all the rooms are separate. It doesn't flow, you know, and so it just drives me crazy. And it just never feels clean. Even when I worked my tail end off to clean it, the house just doesn't look clean. So I'm wanting to paint and refresh some things and change some things up to see if it'll help. Homesteading with Dutch says, one thing to remember before you get your chickens, make sure it's predator proof. I had an owl kill 2 of my prize Bantam chickens. My fault, lesson learned. Yeah, for sure, Dutch. I will make sure to do that because, you know, if I'm going to spend the money and the time taking care of them, I want to keep them safe. We're going to have to anyways because we've got, sorry, I don't know why I'm yawning, but we've got outside dogs, so that will be fine. You know, we've got to make sure that the chickens don't get eaten by them. I mean, we're going to have to try to, you know, train our dogs, but you can't watch them 24/7. So hopefully, oh my gosh, Miss Dean said they had foxes kill a lot of theirs and the neighbor's dog. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Oh, I am so sorry. I shouldn't be yawning. But yeah, so I'm just trying to figure what the best way is. I'm going to go through and do a massive YouTube research thing to try and see which way I might want to do the chicken house and how I want to, because I would like to have it to where possibly I could I'll probably let them free range a good amount of space during the day, and I'd like to have it to where they could go to the garden to like get grasshoppers and stuff and other bugs, but I know that some chickens will like dig up plants and stuff, so I want to be careful with that. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, so mainly I'm like on information overload, I guess, around here. Oh, I am. I've got a ton of books on everything from homesteading to medical to, of course, my essential oils, wild edibles, bushcraft, all kinds of stuff. I'm just kind of on information overload, and I'm just trying to start with the most basic skills that we need and work my way up because I'm new to most of it. But I've been prepping probably about 4 years now, but definitely kicking it into high gear more. I just have this feeling that I need to, so trying to do that. Old Way Steve said they introduced the biddies to their dogs from day one. Every day we let the dogs close to the birds under control and taught them not to mess with them. Took a few weeks. They came to accept them as part of the pack, so to speak. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. And Dutch says that I use mine to till my garden. Ah, well, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Guys, it's up to you. If you want to keep going, we'll keep going. If you're ready to go and take a break, spend some time with your families or whatever, just holler and I'll call it quits. It was just an impromptu chat to get to know each other a little better and, you know, just talk. So I'm going to have the yawns. I probably need to use this RC right here, open my airway. I'm really not tired. I mean, I just get these yawning fits, and I think it's because of my asthma. I think I'm not getting enough oxygen, so that's why I opened up my RC. That'll work. But yeah, they have pictures of Bantam and one of the dogs drinking from the same bowl. The dogs lay out in the yard and the chickens walk over them. That's what I'm hoping. Bye, Lottie. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that my dogs will just do well and, you know, kind of befriend the chicks and be nice. But we have a dog that's a mix, a pit bull mix, and he's gentle as all get out, but he's so big and he doesn't realize, you know, that he doesn't mean any harm, but he's just so big, you know. So yeah, let's see. All right, Night Dutch. Thanks for coming by. I guess I'll probably get off here in a minute, but guys, thanks for coming by, and I'm not quite sure when I will be doing my live chats, but I am going to do essential oil live chats, and then I'll probably reserve like the last 20 minutes for questions, like do kind of a lesson, and then I'll teach the lesson, do the last 20 minutes probably for questions and stuff on the subject and whatever else. And then I just started a new blog, and it is Oily's. It's the same as my new YouTube channel name. Instead of the Oily Prepper, it's now Oily's Humble Home, and it just doesn't have the apostrophe, and of course it's all scrunched together. So thanks, Annette. Thank you so much. So Annette said that she loves my channel. That makes me feel good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Old Ways, New Times. Thank you. Well, Steve says, Steve says, thanks for having us. And oh my gosh, thanks for coming by. Thanks, Patrick. Appreciate it. Guys, thank you for coming by. You can check out my blog. I've just got a welcome thing on there, and just a front page. You'll see my granddaughter on there if you go to that. And, you know, leave a comment or whatever to let me know that you stopped by, and I'll start doing some, you know, little tips and tricks that I have on essential oils. So SKS Hugo, it was good to see you too. Thank you guys, Simply Circus, Annette, always Steve, Patrick, Miss Dean, all of you. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. God bless and take care. Bye.